Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fantasy Couch podcast. I'm tuned in with the Dynasty Day Trader. That's your new nickname, Sushane.
Looks like it is.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yesterday we did the IG, or I did the IG Experts League draft. It's an epic draft. I always film it and do a short film after. It's a big thing, and a lot of people really were looking forward to seeing it, but there was a oopsie poopsie technical difficulty and I was really bummed out yesterday. I was a little relieved because it takes a long time to edit these videos and it's a lot of work, and the views go down on these videos every year because less and less people play on ESPN and search for it. But I still love doing it. It's my passion. But what happened was the website ESPN platform is so clunky, right? The last 10 years, websites, technology, apps, they've all been going on this trend of being CPU usage light, right? So being able to run on a tablet super easy, not taking up a lot of resources. So that way people, when they Twitch stream or record or just running on low resources or just running on a laptop, can handle it. But ESPN's website, for some reason, was just hogging all my CPU resources, and my video became super choppy. The audio, I think, was good. Nothing wrong with the audio, but the video was like stupid slideshow. Like it was like one frame a minute.
Oh man, it was all
Like
choppy and everything.
and I, yeah, and so I was like, I gotta can it. Um, it's okay though. It is what it is. Most of people, I asked some people about my team and they thought it was pretty good. So this is the Instagram Experts League draft. We just did it yesterday. I had the 9th overall pick. It's 12 team redraft super flex. Shout out to Fantasy 101 for making these awesome graphics of all our teams. So if you want to just check out the graphics, just go to on Instagram, IG Experts League, right here at IG Experts League. And here's my team, number 9, right here. And I did a little bit of preparing for this. I did like 9 mock drafts. It's kind of hard to prepare for such a specialty league.
There's always unexpected stuff, of course.
Yeah, I gotta, especially a league like this, you gotta expect the unexpected. But I didn't expect Lamar Jackson to fall to me. He'd always go like 5 overall, 4 overall, sometimes even earlier. And I got Lamar Jackson 9th overall, and I was ecstatic in standard PPR. So, yeah, this is the squad. I'll try to read it in order of how I drafted. Okay, he has the draft spot here. I'll try to do my best. So, 9th overall pick, it went Lamar Jackson, Joe Mixon, Breece Hall, Aaron Rodgers, Terry McLaurin, Elijah Mitchell, Darnell Mooney, Zach Ertz, and who did I go round? Whoops, who did I go round 9?
One of my favorite rookies.
Treylon Burks.
Oh yeah, baby.
Of course.
That's a great value for him too.
Yeah, I love him. It's full PPR, and I needed a wide receiver at this point. And 10th round, I got Mac Jones, 27th QB off the board.
Wow, that's a steal.
You got to figure he's going to finish
way better than that.
QB 27. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's a QB2, borderline maybe top 12. You can do it, but wow, 27. What a steal.
And he's my QB3. Rachaad White, round 11. Nyheim Hines, round 12. Alec Pierce, round 13. Michael Carter, round 14. Corey Davis, round 15. Sammy Watkins, round 16. And by the end of this draft, this is actually a mistake, but it's not like an excuse or anything. This was like my computer was all messed up. I was like stopping the video, leaving the draft, trying to salvage it, and it like automatically picked Corey Davis and Sammy Watkins because they were queued, which is fine. I already put Sammy Watkins in the IR spot, already adding a player. I'm fine. The patented couch IR glitch. So it's not a big deal. Like I said, I'm not coming up with excuse or anything. And the plan was to try to punt one thing. I was going to either punt tight end or wide receiver. So didn't quite punt tight end, but I think I punted wide receiver a little bit, which is fine. Like this is a league that's just deep enough to where not everything's going to be perfect. So let me know what you guys think of the team. Drop a comment.
You
I
still
think I
ended up
did
with some
pretty
pretty good
well.
receivers, even for punting the position. I think McLaurin, Mooney, Traylon Burks are pretty formidable. I mean, it's not very strong, but it's a pretty good. If things go right for you, it could be a pretty competitive receiving core you got there.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin is one of those super risky ones where I know in my heart he has that top 5 upside, and he just needs to put it together. Needs to stay healthy. This franchise just can't completely fall apart. I'm talking about the Washington Commanders, and he's got the best quarterback throwing to him that he's ever had
In his career. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it should be good. And I'm a huge Zach Ertz fan. He's top 5 tight end in a Cardinals uniform.
Round
I'll
8, you
take
said?
that. Round 8, yeah.
That's a good price too. I like it.
It's fair. It's not. It's where he's
Yeah,
going. It's where he's
yeah.
going.
It's a
So I
very.
got him
You didn't
round
reach
8.
for anything. You still got a very strong tight end, so you're not behind at that position by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I went essentially robust RB after I got my quarterback solidified. That was the real pick, like Elijah Mitchell, round 6. I decided, like, let me just get my RBs because you only need to start 2 wide receivers. So I'm like, I can pick up a wide receiver off waivers. Like, I want to start 4. It's 2 regular flex spots. So I decided to go a little bit robust RB in case one of them got hurt. I'll still be fine. So yeah, I like the team. Let me know what you guys think. What letter grade would you give it? Honest opinion, Sushane.
I like it. So I mean, there's a couple of steals, especially at the quarterback position with Lamar Jackson, and then as you mentioned, Mac Jones. I really like your running back trio, I guess if you want to call it that, with Mixon, Brees Hall, and Mitchell. Receivers are good, not great. Tight ends good, not great. But I mean, again, the quarterbacks are kind of king in a super flex, and with Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, and Mac Jones, I mean, this has to be at minimum a B plus. I could see as much as like an A minus to an A, anywhere in that range, B plus to an A. It's a really strong team, I think.
I'd give myself a B plus as well. Just small little. I'm hard on myself. Small little ticky tacky
Yeah, receiver and
things.
tight end.
I'm downgrading. Just to let you guys know, though, I have Broncos D. Why would you draft them? They faced the Seahawks week 1.
Ooh, good
So
one.
I'm
Okay.
keeping them. Nick
Okay.
Folk, I'm also dropping. So I'm picking up like George. I know I got a claim for George Pickens. I got a claim for Mecole Hardman. Those are my later claims too. I have claims like a little higher, and I got one tight end like Noah Fant is on waivers. So I
Oh
got a
wow.
few
Okay.
of these. Yeah, because it's you got to start a lot of players, and it's like a shallow bench. So there's a lot of players on waivers. Because today we saw Freiermuth has a hamstring injury,
Yeah.
super minor. But Claypool hurt his arm.
Yeah, I
So
heard about that too. Yep.
George Pickens on waivers. It's a little odd though for a 12 team PPR league.
Maybe. I mean, he is a rookie receiver, but for a 12 team, it does. Yeah, I see him picked in most 12 team leagues for sure.
Yeah,
But,
he's round 12,
but you
round
did say 2
13.
receivers, right?
It's one quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 2 flex, and also 1 super flex. So you do, I mean,
You
it
want to
is
go
good to
4
start
receivers.
4 if you
Yeah.
can.
Okay.
I
For sure.
probably won't.
Yeah,
So
with robust RB, sure. But
yeah,
okay,
I'd
I got
probably
you.
start a RB, but I mean, you can find a wider. I mean, if Alec Pierce pops off, or if people stop making fun of my Corey Davis, and that actually works out, then maybe I start 4. But I'm going robust RB, and I might make a trade. Right,
Oh, I
so
just also noticed. I like the idea of having Brees Hall and Michael Carter as a little nice security net in case one of them goes down.
yeah,
The
that
other one.
wasn't the plan, but I
No.
did.
Okay.
What I did was what I told you on the other podcast. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna downgrade him, right? So he essentially fell. I was comfortable taking him like round 12 or something,
Yeah.
and he fell like another round and a half. So I was like, all right. I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Round
round
14. Very
14.
nice. Very
Yeah,
nice. Oh
it's
yeah.
like he has a little bit of standalone value, and he's a great handcuff. And it's like I figure like I could trade away Rashad White, who I love, or Naheem Hines, everyone's sleeping on. I feel like in PPR, people just totally underappreciating the upside he can bring. Like,
Definitely.
how many
Oh yeah.
catches do you think he can get this? Could it be like 60? Is that too much? No.
I think 45 to 60 in that range is a pretty good. Like I would bet anywhere on that. It's a pretty large range, but floor 45, peak 65, maybe 45, 65.
My
That
biggest
sounds about
knock
right.
would be if the Colts are up. If this was like a
Yeah.
garbage time team, you would see JT on the sideline for
Oh
sure,
yeah.
and Naeem Hines just racking up all those garbage
Garbage
points.
time
Yeah.
checkdowns, definitely. Oh yeah.
So Colts are a good team though. They should win like, I don't know, 10 games, something like that. So
Weak
that's, I
division
guess,
as
only a
well.
knock.
Hmm.
Yeah, they'll destroy Colts D, guys. If you're playing defenses in your league, Colts D is the one you want to target like in round 15. They face the Jaguars and Texans week 1 and 2. They're also
Ooh.
easily a top 8 defense. I got them ranked, I think, number 6, but everyone's ranking them top 10.
Yeah, the
And
Colts are that defense where they somehow just always manage to get points. And if you're telling me Jaguars and Texans are on the slate early season, I mean that's a pretty tasty week 1, week 2 matchup right there to
yeah,
stream and even keep, honestly, because they score
yeah,
points for you.
that's how it is every year. They always face a crappy team week 1. You draft them, you start them, and then see if they're good, and they usually end up being good the rest of the year. So you're good. Danny says, I'm saying A minus. I like your wide receivers for where you pick them, and the rest of the team is real nice. Yeah, it's a good team. So I did good. No video, but I'll try to record a video, put it on this channel, maybe Instagram, the Fantasy Couch Podcast channel, YouTube channel. I'll probably put it on Instagram, do like a quick little team review and kind of sum up what I was trying to say on the video, what I thought, what was going through my mind and my strategy and whatnot. I mean, I got sniped quite a bit. A lot of players were falling. Travis Kelce went 3.06. I've never seen anything like that. So
Wow.
I almost got him at 3.09. Believe it or not, that
Oh
would have been
man, that's agony.
crazy.
Whew. Yeah, that would have been crazy though, for sure.
Yeah, but I like Brees Hall's being slept on. He's got such a high floor. Like, I was like, let me just get my RB.
Yeah,
It's
at
all good.
3.9, that's still a good pick because I mean you're getting your quarterback round 1, and then you're getting a round 1 RB in Joe Mixon in the second round, and then you're getting a round 2 RB in round 3 with Brees Hall. So I mean that's pretty
Look,
good.
I
Yeah.
think me and you agree, but a lot of people have Brees Hall like ranked lower. They're scared of the rookie. They're scared of the Jets. It's
Sure,
just kind
those
of
are
is
risks,
how it is. Like
definitely.
it, yeah, he would normally go like round 4. It's also super flex, so he would
Yeah,
easily fall to round 4. But I had to take my running back there. Like there was like I had to take him. There was only a few there. Like James Conner was gone. Travis Etienne was probably gone. So I was like, I got to take my guys. Maybe Montgomery wouldn't even fall to me the next round. You never know.
yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Enough talk about this. Appreciate you guys. No video, no Instagram Experts League video this year, but it is what it is. What should we do next? Should we do the glossary?
Let's do it. Oh my goodness.
Glossary is an unsexy way to put it, but I don't know where this came. I was doing something today and I was like, bro, there's so many probably talking to you actually, you freak,
Oh
you
yeah.
addict. Yeah, some of
Maybe.
these I learned from you for sure.
Oh
Some,
yeah.
some
I
of these
see a few of them. I
I
see a
didn't
few
know
of them
about
happening.
these until talking to you and Danny and other people this year, and Debbie Drew.
Oh yeah.
So these are all the types of leagues. So I guess people invented redraft back in the 60s or something, whatever it was, 50s, 60s, 70s. And then somewhere along the line, people got bored and they started just creating all these different types of drafts and leagues. Some of them I love, some of them I'm in, and some of them are just like, what the heck's going on? Like, relax. So I want to start off with the quickest fix, the quick one, the one that's over in a day, it's over in a week. That's called DFS, Daily Fantasy Sports. So you can literally draft a team 5 minutes before kickoff, and then at the end of the day or at the end of the slate, even you could just do like a morning or second wave games. NFL, it's over. The team's destroyed. It's done, and you can cash out like within an hour. Like, it's crazy. I love DFS. I play the tournaments though.
Yeah,
That's
GPP
what I
for
love.
sure.
Yeah, I used to be all cash game. I used to be a head-to-head guy strictly
To build a
and
bankroll,
just
maybe,
rack
sure,
up.
but then once you have that, or once you have a stable income, then you kind of want to go for the GPPs, go for the big money. That's where the fun is, seeing that thousand come in.
Well, I always tell my story. Like I used to lose and now I win. I don't know if I told all this on like a podcast or anything, but so I used to lose a lot of money and I was doing both cash games, GP. I didn't even know the difference. I was just playing. And so one of the things I learned is that you got to kind of get the ego out and you got to understand that like it's not just you. So picking what tournament to play and which people you're playing against and looking for overlay, that's going to increase your chances by like just so this much more. Like your chance of winning is like this much more. So what I did was I found some plugins. I'm saying this, I would never say this before, but but now that you can't do it anymore. So I found plugins that showed new accounts and sharks. So the plugin would show like it would be red for a shark. And if
Oh
it's a
wow,
shark,
that's
you would
convenient.
head to head,
Okay.
you avoid him. And I've noticed this, right? So when I do play a shark, like the best player on like FanDuel or whatever, right? I would win about 3 out of 10 times, sometimes 2 out of 10 times. That's terrible. You're gonna
Yeah,
die really quick.
they know what they're doing. They have spreadsheets and everything, and they do this for
Yeah,
a living.
that's
They
the
put
thing.
so much money in all these different intricacies of lineups where they always just kind of hit and beat you. Their
And,
odds of winning is just higher somehow.
and I learned even more from this by talking to companies. Some of these guys actually have a team. They have employees. They pay 10, 15 bucks an hour to do research and listen to podcasts for them. So like how can you compete with someone that works 18 hours a day on this? And so once I used that plugin, I switched strictly to head-to-head games. And it would show green. Green means new account. They just saw a commercial on TV. They used that promo code and they signed up. When I did that, guys, I would win more than 8 out of 10 times. Now
That's
that's
crazy.
great. Now
That's
you're
crazy.
making bank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I just stopped playing GPPs and I just did that, but you got to click fast because all the other sharks are using this plugin too. And so I'm clicking fast. You can barely get. So now I'm like, all right. Did they play 1 to 3 games? All right. Now I'm playing against guys who've only played 1 to 3 times DFS. And so I play them. Every now and then I get to play someone who's played 0 times. Bro, I'm winning like 80-90% of the time against these guys because they're like me, just way worse. It's like
Exactly. This is
they're
brand
just
new. They don't even know how
kill.
this works.
Yeah,
Right.
they're just picking like, oh, this guy's gonna do good this week. Mario Manningham's gonna do great. They just think they don't know anything, and so I'm like just killing them. And so that's how I started to win. I started to read a lot of books. I started to do a lot of research. Started to examine, and then I started to understand like, oh, it's not just me. It's not like I like this guy, I'm picking him. There's a lot of research that goes into it, and the tournament, who you're playing against, matters a lot more. And then when I started to notice that on occasion there was a glitch on the website or some websites didn't fill up, that was overlay, right? When the tournament doesn't fill up. So let's say a tournament or a GPP essentially, guys, is like it's a set number, right? So if it's $1 million tournament, first place prize, and only I enter, I'm going to win the first place prize. It's a guaranteed prize. So when it doesn't fill up, when the company loses money on that tournament, so let's say they're giving away $1 million of prizes, but entry fees altogether are only 800,000, your chances of winning exponentially go up. And that's the first time I won a GPP. It was with Derek Carr. It was only $400 first place prize, but still it still was a big moment for me because I thought winning a tournament's impossible. Like how can I beat 1,000 people? Like it's impossible. And I started Derek Carr. I remember that on FanDuel a long time ago, and I won $400. It was an overlay. And that's when I knew, like I read about that, like overlay, your chances exponentially go up. The first time I entered an overlay tournament, because FanDuel messed up. They like created these extra tournaments on accident. I won first place. So I was like, I knew that wasn't just luck. Like, and that's when I started, like, that's when I got on a roll. Like once I realized like how to really play, it matters so much. And I imagine poker is the same thing. If you're playing with a bunch of schmucks, that just throwing around money and laughing. I'm sure it's way easier to win than going and playing against a bunch of pros.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like
They know all the
it's just
tactics and tricks and everything. Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
those
way
guys are
easier.
just
Come on.
way better than those other guys. So yeah, I'd rather play against some dudes who don't know what they're doing. Of course, Carlos, you watch my videos, you already know, but that's more of the strategies, right? Like looking at targets for wide receivers, looking at snap counts for running backs, and in tournaments, picking players that are contrarian. Everyone knows these things now. I'm talking way back. I'm talking 2013, 2000, before 2015. I'm talking way back then. Right, that plugin's long gone. I
Oh
can't
yeah.
use that
Now it's
plugin
yeah, it has
anymore.
to be illegal now. Definitely.
It's
That'd be
against
too
the
convenient.
rules. Like, yeah, because they started doing all these fair rules and stuff. Anyway, I didn't think we'd be on the first one this long, but DFS, I love it. It's fascinating. It's great.
One of my favorite formats as well, for sure.
Oh
DFS.
gosh,
Love
watch
it.
out.
Oh, so
It'll
fun.
eat you up alive though if you go,
Yeah. Be
because it's
careful,
too
definitely.
because it's too fast, right? It'll get blown in the wind. It's like you got $100 and the wind flies and takes it away. But I like it. It's a lot of fun. And then there's best ball, one of my favorite formats nowadays, because you just draft and that's it. Once you draft, it's over. There's no waivers and no start 'em, sit 'em, no nothing. I like best ball. You could do best ball dynasty, in that there is waivers and trades. But most best ball leagues, you just draft once and you're done. It's a lot of time saving because I hate
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say
logging
convenience if you're
in.
super busy. Right.
Yeah, 20 if you're in 25 leagues and you can't have a life if you're trying to run those seriously.
Yeah.
Redraft, this is just, some people still ask me, what's redraft? I'm like, it's just the standard. Like, you just normal draft for one season and it's over. This is probably my most hated one.
Same.
Keeper.
Yeah. I would agree. Same.
Either do redraft or dynasty. So keepers, when you get to keep a couple players from one year to the next. So everyone's like, who do I keep this year? Do I keep Patrick Mahomes or do I keep Najee Harris? And I tell them keep Najee Harris because that's who you draft. Easy. Come on. Simple.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's
And
all
now
about
this
the
is
value in the next year. But yeah, now we get to my favorite. Or the
oh,
beginning of
Danny
my
doesn't
favorite.
like keeper either. Yeah, it's so silly. Like, I think keeper is so silly. Now we're getting into, this is the Sushane section here.
Oh yeah.
Dynasty.
Woo!
Dynasty is where you keep your entire roster. It's pretty much like the real NFL. You draft guys, you keep them. The next year, you got to decide whether you're playing long term, whether you're tanking, right? Whether you wasn't Greg Williams tanking, he didn't call like cover zero
Oh yeah,
and
cover zero.
let Henry Ruggs score. Yeah.
Yep.
Or the Eagles starting their third string, fourth string quarterback a couple years ago.
Yeah, they
Jalen
pulled
Hurts saying
Hurts,
it's
right?
not
Oh
right.
yeah.
It's not right.
Oh man.
You got to decide what to do. Or if most famously, probably know, even people that don't watch basketball, the Philadelphia Sixers. Trust the process.
Ah, yeah. See, I'm not even a big
Everyone
basketball
knows
fan, and
that
I
they
know that.
tanked for
Yep.
what, 6 years, 7 years, like.
Mhm.
And then Empire, which is the same as Dynasty, but essentially
Little
is
wrinkle.
exact same. Yeah, the only wrinkle is if a team does win back-to-back years, the league resets. So you could completely disband the league or just have a startup draft again and start all over. Could be the same guys, but the league resets though. So everyone goes to zero and you guys do the startup draft again. Now, what is this one? What is a Devi?
All right, so a Devy League is basically kind of an extension of a dynasty, right? Where the only difference is I basically get college players now, but they don't score any points for me. So instead of having the 2023 1.01, who will be Bijan Robinson, right? So instead of getting my 2023 first and tanking, and then next year getting Bijan on my team, I would already have him this year. And then once he gets drafted, he automatically gets added to my team. So it's basically kind of getting players in future years a couple years earlier. That's really the only difference between a Devy and a dynasty.
So I would say it like, if you compare it to real life, it's like having a minor league. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, so or an expanded taxi squad for those that play Dynasty. So like you have your minor league, right? None of these guys are playing in the big league, but they're sitting on your bench just chilling, ready to be promoted
Yeah,
next
correct. 0
year or
points
in 3
will get
years.
0 points. Right.
Yeah, they're just chilling there on the practice squad or minor leagues. And now what is this one? This one,
This is
this
similar to Devi. Similar to Devi.
campus. Oh, campus to Canton.
Yeah. Campus to Canton or C to C, C2C, like the number two. It's similar to Devi, but there's a little bit of a twist now. So in a Devi league, like you said, it's kind of like the minor leagues where like these guys are on your bench, they get 0 points. But now in a campus to Canton league, all of those quote unquote minor league players are on a separate minor league team. So the prize pool is divided. You have an NFL league and a college league, and this time you actually do get the points for Bijan Robinson. So me and Danny are actually doing a C2C startup right now, and we have in our NFL team we have drafted so far Trey Lance, Javonte Williams, and Debo Samuel, and in our campus to Canton or our college league we have Bijan Robinson and a quarterback who's going to come out in a couple of years named Caleb Williams. So it's a really good start for us, in my opinion. Pretty excited about that. But basically, it's 2 leagues: college, NFL. It's basically the only league where you can, or the only type of league, I guess, where you can get fantasy points for college football, which is pretty cool. Then we get pretty freaky.
Wouldn't it be pretty cool? It's to destroy the campus league and just win that.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. But the thing is, there's a lot of really good college players who are only good in college, right?
Yeah.
So because
Was
of
Tavon
that,
Austin like that?
yeah, definitely. Well, the thing is, Tavon Austin did get drafted. I'm talking even more extreme. Like example, there's a couple guys
Oh, you
last
got
year.
drafted
Yeah,
really
he got
high.
drafted, right?
He got drafted super
I'm
high.
saying even more extreme to the point where like there's a couple guys last year, for example, who were over 1,000, even 1,500, 2,000 yard rushers, and they did not even get drafted, nor were they ever on the draft radar because these are clearly college stars or college capable backs who aren't good enough to be in the NFL.
Well, they're not in those big competition conferences. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Like I scouted a guy, made a video. I said he was a sleeper. Now I mean, I like people thank me for it. In hindsight, I think it was kind of wrong. I don't know. It was an okay take. It ended up being right just because of injuries. I think his name was Josh Adams. He was a upright runner on the Eagles.
Yeah, Josh
And had
Adams,
a
I remember
couple
that.
injuries. So he wasn't bad, but he's just way too upright. He's just a big like track star kind of. There's
Yeah, the thing
nothing.
is, you're still talking about guys who got to the NFL.
Well, he
I'm
didn't
talking
get. I
about a
mean, he was
person.
undrafted though,
Sure, but he still
and he
was,
made it.
like you said, Eagles. I'm
He
talking
had
about a
that
guy
one.
like
Yeah.
I can bring up 2 names that you've never heard of who were stars last year, named Letty Brown and Tyler Goodson, for example. You've never heard them, but these guys were amazing last year in just college. They're never going to be in the NFL, and they're never going to be relevant for fantasy football players or dynasty players. But in the campus to Canton league, if you want to focus on the campus side, those are the types of players you'll probably get later on, maybe like round 5, 6, 7 in that range. This general strategy is to in the early rounds of the campus or the college side of the league.
But you mix them, right? You don't
Yeah.
just say, "Oh, this is the college draft." The draft is all the same.
No,
It's one big draft.
There's 2 drafts.
Oh, there's 2
There's 2
drafts.
drafts. Yeah. So if I have the
Oh.
1.12, for example, in the NFL draft, I'd have the 101 in the college draft, and that's actually what happened in our case.
Oh shoot. So it is really like 2 separate leagues, except you get to promote your college players once and if they make it to the NFL.
Exactly, right. So they're kind of connected in a sense, but in terms of the points each year, they're going to be separated.
Bro, this
Oh,
is
we're getting freakier.
This
We're
is
getting
one of no, I
freakier.
think this is the most freaky just
No, the next
overall.
one's a little bit. The next one I think is the freakiest one.
Next one's look.
That's freaky. That's freaky, man.
I think you guys are addicts. I think you guys are freaks. I don't like it, but I do like that you and Drew and other people do this that way. I think it helps your dynasty game step up, and you guys can hop on this podcast and just be more experienced, right? And give dynasty advice more and just know a lot more about it. And that's how I was. Like, I was always getting offers and I wanted to give DFS advice, but like I'm losing. If I lost, $1,000 or 5,000 total dollars, how am I going to hop on here and give advice? Like, it's just not right. So I had to do a lot more research, let's do a lot more things, just expand my mind and learn more. And I think that's what you guys are doing. Contract league is fun. Now, this honestly, like when I do my taxes and stuff, like I hate it. I don't know why I want to do accounting for free. Like, to me, I hate it. I'm trying not to like talk down on you guys or nothing. Like, I like that you guys do it. I get, like, for me, this sounds like absolute torture. Now, okay, this is called a contract league. Now, do you guys go off the actual contract of the
So
guy?
the startup draft is actually an auction draft, right? And we have designated rules of how much our salary cap would go up and how much each player's contract would go up. So, for example, I had a contract league that started up a couple months ago. Our first year budget was $200, so it's kind of typical of what an auction league is. Jordan's right. A bunch of
Yeah,
psychos we are,
jeez. Hey
right?
guys, let's do some free accounting. No,
Right.
I hate accounting.
So basically, what it is our first year was $200 of a salary cap, and each year it would go up by 10%. So next year it'll be 220 $20, and the following year it'd be and so on and so forth. Right? It'll just continue a 20% increase. Whereas our players would increase by slightly less, I believe. So, for example, I got Trey Lance at $30. Okay, most quarterbacks went to around 35, 40. Some of them went to in the 20 range, fine. So basically, he would cost $30 under this year's salary cap. So I'd have a 200 minus 30, which is 170 left, right? But then next year, I could opt to sign him for maybe 4 years or 5 years, right? And his contract value would go up 10% each year. So next year, he would cost me $33, which is 30 times or $30 plus the 10%, $33. But my salary cap went up a little bit, right? Because we talked about that
So
earlier.
this is every player you keep, their salary
Mm-hmm.
goes up
Right.
10%.
Correct.
Can't you just sign people to 1-year contracts instead of, why would you sign them to a 4-year?
So if you get a player at a steal, for example, I got Trevor Lawrence at $21, and compared to a guy like, let's say, actually, I think a better example would be Matthew Stafford at $20, whereas Russell Wilson went for like 35. So that's a guy that you actually probably want to keep to maybe 2 or 3 years, because in the next 2 years, his contract value is still kind of in that quote unquote steal range, where the other guys at his position just cost way more. On the contrary, there were a couple guys such as Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. They went for pretty expensive. Those are guys you probably only want to sign for 1 year, because if you want to get them next year, you can just release them and then sign them back for a
You're not
lesser
answering
dollar
my
amount.
question. Why wouldn't you just sign somebody for 1 year? Why would you sign them for 4 years?
That's what I'm saying, because sometimes if you get him for dirt cheap, like let's say I get Treylon Burks for $6, which actually happened, you want to keep him for 5 years, because if he's a stud, if he's a wide receiver one, then all of a sudden you
You're
got a
still not
Jamar Chase
if you
for
keep him for one, if you sign him to a 1-year deal, like, is he gone after that or
he's
something?
gone. Then
Oh, see,
anyone
that's what
can,
you, yeah,
yeah.
you needed to say
Sorry,
that.
okay,
I was
my fault. Yeah, if you sign him for one
after
year,
one.
then he's gone after that, and
He's
then
so
anyone can.
you drop him.
There'll be like a
He'd be
free agent
dropped.
signing. Yeah, you have to drop him after 1 year.
Oh, so you
Right.
only can sign a guy once.
Correct. You can only sign him once, and you can extend him, but that costs a little bit more. There's all sorts of intricacies
So
and
when you
rules.
draft him, is that just a 1-year contract?
It depends. You can make it 3
What?
years. You can make it 4 years.
Oh, you decide on
decide.
every single pick.
You decide every single player, every single contract,
Oh my God.
based on the
Yeah,
dollar
this
amount.
is okay. So
It's intense, man. That's what I'm saying.
two
This is
things
probably
I
the
don't like.
freakiest
So
one.
the first thing, I thought it would go off like the real guy's real contract. That way you guys learn more, right, and help out the couch fam by learning more about the contract. So it's not that, which I get. That's going to be just more complicated.
Yeah, way more
So
complicated.
it goes off of what you draft, and then you got to decide. It just sounds like such a headache and all this. It's like, I don't know, man. I mean, I would just rather make money doing accounting. I
It's
just
not for everyone. I get that. But I mean, hey, the guys that are in it, we enjoy it. So, we're
That's what
having
that's
fun.
always matters. But just to me is this is Danny's comment, like which is like this is just goes against me. So he's responding. He's taking a shot back at Jordan, saying, "I'm a psycho and a psycho who makes money." Why don't you just be an accountant? And an accountant makes more money, and you get to do the same thing, but you make a lot more money. This is like you might not win
The
this
thing with
league.
accounting, though, accounting is just like, numbers and sheets and whatever and this and that. This is fantasy football. You know what I
Oh.
mean? There's a difference there. That's the draw. That's what gets us into this.
Okay, I honestly didn't know the details with this, so that was the thing, and that was what I didn't get. People understood that I didn't get that missing, but I started to kind of solve it in my head. So
Yeah,
you
for sure.
you draft them, you sign the first contract, so it's either 1 year or however many 4 years. You decide that, then you only have one chance to extend them,
Correct. Only
and
one
then
chance
after
to
that,
extend it.
they're 100% on free waivers.
Correct. And we have we'll have two big days, right? We'll have a rookie draft, but then we'll also have like a free agent day where you just like have like overnight, or either it's going to be like a draft style or overnight, like a FAAB bidding style where we just bid for uh, the free agents that are available. And there's going to be good free agents. Like I already know Justin Jefferson, for example, will be available next year.
Bidding war,
Bidding war for sure. It's
or is
going to
that's
happen.
a silent auction technically?
Could be, yeah, silent
You ever
auction.
did a silent auction like in real life?
I have not, but I think
Do you
that
know
might
what
be
do
the
you know what a
style.
silent auction is?
I can kind of assume
It's
or
just
guess what it
FAB.
is.
It's the
Yeah, this
same. It's
bad.
same
Yeah.
thing as FAB. You go like sign a thing, like you go like you just walk around these tables and you sign it. Right? You say
Yeah.
like, you write your name and then you say $5. And then someone else comes, writes their name, and then they say $6. And then 2 hours later, like you get to win
Highest bidder
items.
wins. Got you.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, that's
It's
cool.
very
That's
it's
cool.
very quiet, it's very chill. But that yeah, just same exact thing with FAB.
Yeah,
But FAB is just more blind. There's just a more blind. The other one I think you get to see the other bids on the clipboard.
for sure. Okay, cool.
All right,
That's the
that was
freakiest
a
of freaky.
lot.
I think that's
Yeah,
the
that you're
peak of
right.
what we're going to be
Yes.
doing here. Yeah.
That is nuts. Because this one, if you love college football and watch a lot of it, like I can see how this is very doable.
Oh
Like
yeah,
if you
definitely.
love college, especially some people play college fantasy football. So for those like this is okay. But this contract league, like what do you guys have? Like this, you guys have like a premium spreadsheet app? Like what you
Yeah,
guys
we got a we
on
got a
this?
big master Google Sheets thing going on
Hey,
here.
back that up. So you go to file and then you copy and back it up. Back it up every year.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
so you go to file and then you like create a copy or something.
Yeah,
That's what it
create
is on
copy.
Google Spread.
Definitely.
Hey, just in case
It looks like
something
Spotrac.
happens.
That's what it looks like. If people at home want to envision what it is, just go on Spotrac. That's basically what the gist
Google
of
Docs,
our league does for this contract league. Yeah, Google Docs, Google
Google
Sheets,
spreadsheets,
Google
dude.
Spreadsheets is the move
Google
now.
Sheets.
Yeah,
Yeah, not Google Docs for this, dude. This is Google Docs.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
using Google Docs.
Spreadsheets
This
for
is
this one.
simple. This is like a it's like a grocery list. These guys are signing extensions, man. This is crazy. All right, so that was a contract league. Um, this segment's going better than I thought. I thought it could go pretty bad here. I think it's going better. It's going
All right,
okay.
all right.
Different types of drafts. You got a snake draft. Everyone knows that, right? Um, has anyone ever tried that thing on Sleeper where it
Third
does the
round
inverse
reversal.
in the third round?
Yeah, I have once. I don't like it too much, but it's okay. I mean,
Really screws you if you got the first pick.
oh yeah, for sure, definitely. Actually, yeah, not
I
good.
don't get that. Like, I really don't, because I don't think drafting from the 12 spot is that bad. That's the thing.
It's not bad. I prefer it actually because you get that 201, which sometimes could be one of those league winner type of like first. It's like you're getting two first round picks.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
winner of the Throne League did that last year. He drafted two wide receivers like Devontae Adams and somebody. So like, yeah, it's good. So yeah, there's a snake draft, and then there's a linear draft, which is what we use for rookie drafts,
Yeah, most
right?
commonly seen there for sure.
And then the auction draft. or called a salary cap draft too, is where you bid on the players. These take a long time. These are what the hardcore fantasy fans love though, because you have full control. If you want a player, like let's say I want JT, I'm guaranteed to have him if I really want him because I can bid all the way up and get him. So auction drafts are really cool. Because of my severe ADD, it's hard for me to do it. It's hard for me to concentrate for 2.5 hours straight. That's the thing, man. With a snake draft, you can take a break. Like you can really go pee and come back. With an auction draft, you cannot pee because you're gonna miss that one time where like Rashad White goes for $1. You can't miss that. Like there's every auction draft has at least one pick that just goes unnoticed. It's usually when people are most sleepy, when people are like in a trance. They're just like, oh, something, they're distracted. And then, all of a sudden, boom, somebody goes for $1 or someone goes for $4 or something. You got to be on it.
Yeah, usually when I do auction leagues, I even have snacks and stuff ready to go because I know it's gonna be 3 hours of a time commitment for sure. Around that, I think.
Yeah, Jordan says auction's pretty easy, and that's for you it is, but for my
For me, it's
ADD,
not.
it's not. It's very hard for me. I've done it successfully. My auction drafts are online. Like I did very well last year. Like it's okay. I'm just saying, like for me with my attention span, it's hard, right? It's kind of like doing two drafts back to back. It's just a little hard. You have to pay a lot of attention. I can't even read. Like I can't read more than 2 pages at a time. Like my mind wanders. So for me it's hard, but it's cool. I do one every year and we will be doing an auction draft. So I'm going to run through a lot of these. First down league, where you get points for first down. This is really cool, and this is kind of the start of the NFL realistic scoring. So once you get into a first down league, you start playing with some settings, and now all of a sudden you're drafting quarterbacks early. Running backs aren't worth as much. Running backs that break tackles and get first downs off a run get you a lot more points than just a garbage time catch that DeAndre Swift gets or Danny Woodhead would get back in the day. And so these leagues are pretty cool. It's just there's no like precedent. Like you can't go and find rankings a lot of times with a first down league. That's what sucks. It's hard to prepare for that, but it makes it more realistic. The plays that are important in real games get you more fantasy points, whereas garbage time, stupid, silly plays and catches don't get you as much.
Yeah, I like the
And
example you gave where you were saying how if Derrick Henry gets a 4 yard gain on 3rd and 3 to ice the game, I mean, that should be worth more than just some random 3 yard gain. And I agree with
yeah,
that.
he
So
got a
first down
first
leagues should
down.
highlight
Yeah.
those important key plays, key moments.
There's a
Keep it going.
guillotine league. We are not doing a guillotine league this year, even though it's one of the most fun leagues. I love it. It gets really cutthroat. It's kind of like that Survivor style reality show. So the team that scores the least amount of points in a given week gets chopped, gets axed, and gets removed from the league. Very cutthroat, very cool. It's just like those reality shows where they're like, "You've been voted off the island,"
Oh man,
and
that
they
sounds
go.
intense. That sounds pretty
It's
intense.
very fun, but we're gonna not do that because I can't be in too many leagues, and we're gonna try this one. It's gonna be very risky.
I've never even heard of this, if I'm being honest with
Vampire.
you.
So you don't know what this one is?
No, what is this? This is the one
Okay.
on the list I've never heard of.
So we're stopping the guillotine league and we're gonna make it a vampire league. So a vampire league is, let's say it's a 12-team redraft. One of the fantasy managers gets to be anointed as the vampire. So it's going to be an 11-team draft. And one guy just sits there and just looks upon the draft as nothing. And that's the vampire. And once the draft's over, the vampire goes and creates his or her team completely from the waiver wire. Just goes, has a
So a really bad
unlimited
team.
budget. Well, yeah, compared to
Okay,
the other
got you.
11.
Right,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Okay.
Every time they win, they get to suck the living life form out of the other team and steal one player. So for every win, they steal one player from that team. So let's say I'm the vampire, I win against the guy who drafted, number 1 overall. I get JT from that guy. So now I'm
Wow.
building. I'm on a roll, right?
Wow. That sounds actually kind of crazy. Okay.
So
I could be into this.
So
Okay.
one thing I wanted to be the vampire really bad, but I'm just gonna leave it totally up to my followers. So if they want me to be the vampire, this whoever gets in the league, I will. If we want to do it random, I will. I just want to dress up like a vampire. I don't know why. I don't like dressing up and all that stuff, but like for the I like putting out content. I like doing a show, like so I'm gonna try to dress up like a vampire and do all this stuff. Like it's gonna be cool. Like I'll do a vampire. We'll try it out. It could be a disaster, but I like
It's gonna be
trying fun
amazing.
stuff.
What do you mean a
It's
disaster? This sounds incredible.
I'm the waiver wire king, but it's like you still got to get that first lucky win, though. That's the thing. Like if you can't get that, like no matter what, you're just getting everyone's leftovers.
Yeah, that's true though.
So
That
it's
first
like
win is important, definitely.
I'm really good on waivers, but it's like how much can I do? I'm only gonna pick up that like 1 or 2 gems in the year, so it's really tough. We'll narrow it down though. I don't know. Like, do they get an advantage on waivers? Can anyone pick anybody up off waivers? After that, after the team's assembled, I need to narrow like get the rules and stuff narrowed down.
Yeah.
And then there's super flex. You get to start up to 2 quarterbacks. These are getting more and more popular every year. Tiered PPR scoring settings. So that's basically like 0.25. Well, let me make it more simple. Sorry, scratch that. I didn't say that. Just want to simplify it for the podcast. So running backs get half a point per reception. Wide receivers get 1 point per reception, and tight ends get 1.5 points per reception. That's tiered PPR, or you can cut all those numbers in half and make it a little bit more complicated, which is probably better, a little more realistic. But that's tiered PPR. Downgrades the running back, upgrades the importance of the tight end. And tight end premium, which is basically the same thing, right? You get like 1 point per reception for all positions. Even when like Nick Foles or Tom Brady catches it, they get 1 point per reception. But when a tight end catches it, you get 1.5 points per reception.
Or in some leagues too. Some leagues do 2 point tight end premium.
Jordan says, what if the vampire team has special scoring that's worth more than other teams' players? Actually, one of the worries, and I asked about this to the Couch Fam, one person said the vampires team snowballed and they just destroyed the league and won. So you probably don't want to give them too much.
That's true, actually. That is true. Because if you get on a roll, then you can really just destroy the league.
Yeah. So if you give them special scoring and they win that first week, then that's going to cause the snowball a lot more. Yes, Sleeper is where we play. I start out this video, I think, basically saying I don't like ESPN platform. They ruined my video. What is a lightweight platform that you can draft on that's won't affect your stream, that won't affect your recording, that you can do it on an old computer, a laptop, anything? It's Sleeper. And the settings are great. They improve the settings every year. They listen to me. I've talked to them. They've given me a free t-shirt. Do you know what ESPN does, bro? They look at my video and copy me. Do you know how embarrassing that is? I make small bucks. I make this much money. And Disney looks at my video and is like, all right, that's what we got to be doing. That's what happens when you Google ESPN fantasy football draft and my ugly mug shows up like in an orange shirt going like this on a stupid thumbnail. They get pissed off. Like, this guy's got 150,000 views. Like, what do we do? Like, they're getting Mike Golick's son to do videos like me and stuff. Like, I still get more views, but hey, you guys won.
That's how it is.
It's just the platform is not that bad, but because of special array of how my computer is set up, I need CPU resources. And for some reason, that website hogs up the CPU resources so bad that it just slows down my whole computer and I couldn't record it. Sleeper is the only platform that cares about the community. Yeah. Draft on the NFL platform. Dude, I had that celebrity draft with Adam Rank,
T-Pain, and everyone.
Yeah. And I named those guys because they work for NFL Network. Those guys use Sleeper.
Oh man, really?
Bro, oh my God. Is way worse than ESPN,
dude.
Because if I wasn't recording on ESPN, it's not bad. There's no draft board, which is stupid. I get that, but it's just not like the worst thing. Like I'm very honest. Like I love reading it. Trust me, you know me. I love reading that draft board with the colors. Like that's my thing. ESPN doesn't have a draft board. Yahoo's okay. They at least have a draft board. It's not that bad. It's Yahoo's fine. But yeah, man, NFL, bro, it's just one big like cluster glitch. Like it's no bueno. It was so terrible.
Yeah.
and I was so embarrassed when I was live. It was just a horrible experience. Um,
Once you get on
so
Sleeper,
bad.
it's hard to get on anywhere
Yeah,
other
and
platforms.
I'm a
Everything's so good.
computer guy. I stay in the lab, so I'm always on desktop. But one of the cool things I know most of my peoples though, 9 people out of 12 at least minimum is going to be on their phone.
Yeah, we're on the
And
go. We're on our
everyone
phones.
is. Yeah, everyone's on the phone. So it's like they made the app first. So their app is great. It kicks butt. It's amazing. It's awesome. So it's called Sleeper app. So they made the app first and then the website secondary. So the app is great. Like that's a huge thing when you're designing it. And so yeah, I know that like 9, 10, 11, sometimes 12 guys in a all 12 guys are on their phone or on the app, and the app's got to be good. So yeah, Sleeper is great. No, it's not. That's not how you spell tears. That's the tears. I almost cried yesterday when I was pretty close to actually crying when the video was bad. That's how tears is spelled when I was going to cry. That's Tears. We spell tears is Tiers.
Yes, that is
Yeah,
correct.
don't get them mixed up because I was having some fantasy tears yesterday. Now these are tiered scorings. Losers League.
Losers League.
I just heard of this last week, so I'm just hearing about all these leagues. So this is the weird, bro. This one's the weirdest.
Okay, for
like
sure.
we went over the most intense. This is not intense. This is
This
the
is
weirdest
whack.
league I've heard.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Oh, it's just like bocce. You know bocce ball?
Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
learned it from
Yeah. All
John
right.
Madden. So the goal in bocce, and I still don't know how to play, but I filmed it. I filmed John Madden's event so many times that I kind of picked the final. You're just trying to get the ball as close as possible to something without going over the line.
Right.
And so this is what a loser league is. Your goal is to score the fewest amount of points.
What?
Yes,
Wait,
but here's what's
okay.
So far I'm like, this is the dumbest thing ever. But then here's the thing that makes it interesting. This is when like my brain like froze and I was like, huh? I was like, is this good or bad? My brain couldn't tell. Like you eat something, you can't tell if it's good or bad or spicy or sweet. It's like you're supposed to score the fewest amount of points, just like any fantasy league, but you're trying to score the fewest amount of points. If any player scores a 0, you get 20 more points added to your total score.
Oh my god.
So you got to get as close to 0 without getting 0.
That's intense.
Yeah, it's
that's actually kind of cool. I like
it's
that.
weird.
That's
it's
weird, but it's kind of cool. Yeah.
And this kind of goes to my last one too, which is so weird. So it was in this league, so I'm gonna get to it, but in this league, you get points for being the worst team in a tournament. And bro, let me tell you, when you've been competitive for so many years in your life and so many years in fantasy, to put together a roster that's going to lose the most is very hard.
Oh, I hear that.
It's like asking Michael Jordan to throw a game. It's so hard. It's not in his DNA. You know what I mean? He's so competitive. It's like, I have to start Zach Wilson or I have to start Sam Darnold. Like it's so hard to click that and start Sam Darnold in your QB slot.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Like you can't, like, it's not in your DNA. So I'd never do such a thing, but it sounds like fun. I think if a group of buddies, I think it's fun, like just to do it. But I mean, that is so. Do you draft back? I don't know. I just learned about this a week ago. I want to do. Danny says I want to. Bro, Danny, you're competitive too. I'm telling you guys, when you're trying to lose, it's very hard.
But there's like a way to win this losing strategy. You want to get as close to 0, but not 0. I mean, that's fascinating to me.
Yeah. So it's like basically you can't just start players that are like not playing at all. Like
Tristan Ebner is like amazing in this league because he's gonna get like 2 carries a game.
What are you talking about?
He's like the Bears like 3rd string. He's gonna get like a carry.
Oh,
a game,
the 3rd string running back.
Right. That's a move. Okay, I'm into this.
He might get 0 though.
That's the problem, right? If he gets 0, it's 20 points added. Oh god.
That's not
Ooh,
a
that's
bad
scary.
strategy, the guy you named, but also you're kind of flying too close to the sun. You might get burnt there. He might put
For
up a,
sure.
if especially if the Bears win that game, I think that's a
Ooh,
0.
yeah, okay. I got you. I got you,
If
yeah.
the Bears are losing, yeah, he'll
I wasn't
probably get a
expecting
few
that.
carries. Yeah. Hey, they're gonna win maybe 4 or 5 games. It
That's
can
true.
happen. 4
That's
or
true. It
5
can
games
happen.
is
It can
very
happen.
doable for the Bears. Uh
This
yeah,
next one's pretty fun.
that's all
It's a
right.
fun idea.
Oh, this is yeah, everyone knows this. Loser punishment. So you have a toilet bowl or the El Saco, and whoever loses the toilet bowl within the 2 worst teams in the entire league gets a punishment. It used to be like what wearing a dress or just like saying honk, I'm a fantasy loser, or staying at a Waffle House for 24 hours, or people throwing stuff at. I don't know. It's just,
The
I'm
Waffle
not.
House was hysterical, actually. That was a good
Oh,
one.
the tattoo, or you got to get a tattoo.
Tattoo, yeah.
That's I'm not with that, but I mean I don't think it's as fun as other people. Other people think it's really funny and fun. I think it's okay. Like whatever. Losing is punishment enough for me. Like I'm so hard on myself. Like if
Yeah,
I come
for
in
sure.
second place, I'm like pissed off. Like I'm so heated. Like I don't need a punish. I'm so pissed. If I want to lose a punish, I just read my YouTube comments. That's punishment enough.
Good one.
There's so many clown emojis, like
Oh, yeah.
it's
No,
so
I'm sure. I'm
ridiculous.
sure. Yeah.
There's
Ugh.
some posts I have that people like want to kill me almost for the different, like one guy's like, "You idiot, you ranked Justin Herbert at 3." And I'm like, I know I ranked him one spot below, like it's not that big of a deal. She's like, "No, you ranked him too high." And I'm oh,
Oh, come on,
I don't know
guys.
what the heck
Come
to tell you,
on. What are we
dog.
doing
Like
here?
3 is
Come
low, if
on.
anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's just too ticky-tacky for me.
Now this is some I've never like. So basically, there was an age where fantasy football was like getting stale or something. This is before kind of the app era. So before DFS was popular, before the apps started to hit, like you can draft on your phone and stuff. People did like the fantasy stock market. So you would buy like a player, and then his stock could go up, and then you could sell him. I mean, it sounds worse than your contract league for sure.
Yeah, honestly,
I'd
I
much
didn't even
rather be in a
understand that.
contract league. At least is like similar to NFL, like your NFL GM. Like I
Yeah,
at least
kinda.
understand the appeal. This is like, bro, just buy some Apple stocks and shut up. Just buy some real
Honestly, yeah,
stocks.
for real, right.
Um.
Fantasy stock market. That sounds kind
Oh
of
yeah.
interesting, though.
No,
Okay.
I don't even know what this is called. This is what I call it. No, it still exists for sure. There's different ways. Oh yeah, for sure. Actually,
So how does it work? So, like, I would buy Traylon Burks, and then what
I don't
happens?
know. That's the thing. There's different ones. So one of them a long time ago was like the player's market value. So like if that player were to sign like a deal with Nike, the stock would go up. But now there's a
Oh,
fantasy one too. So like if his ADP goes up or he outperforms, his price goes up and you could sell him. So I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I just know there is a site where you can buy a stocks in a player and then you could sell them. The price goes up and
right.
down
This
and you
sounds
could
like it's
sell
for the
them.
most degenerate of degenerates, honestly,
Not
though.
even because it's not
Not
a quick
even? No.
fix.
It's
It's
not
a
a quick fix.
slow. It's a slow fix.
Okay, I guess
Yeah,
not then.
it's
All
not.
right.
It's
Fair
just
enough. Fair enough.
boring.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
That,
just.
in my mind, it sounded like a quick fix, but I guess now that I'm thinking about it and you're saying it's not, then I can see how it's
There you go.
it's the other. What's Jordan
Jordan
saying?
named
Precision
one.
strike.
I won't name. Oh, we're not supposed to name it. Just because, not for
Oh,
any
for
reason.
sure,
I
for
just
sure.
don't
Got
want
you,
to.
got you.
I just don't want to name it. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna get in trouble.
Okay,
But
for sure. Yeah.
yeah, we don't know the name. I don't know. And it's a fantasy stock market. It's an app. Yeah, there's a bunch, and I'm telling you, there's different ones. So it's like, and that's what I just called them. I just called it this. What did Jordan call it? Fantasy stock market.
Same thing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what there's qualifiers slash satellite. So these are cool. I think a lot of poker community does this too. So you enter like a little tournament, you pay like let's say $5 or $20. And if you win first place or you win, get to a certain top 10, whatever it is, you get to enter in this huge tournament. That's kind of what pros versus Joes is, right? I go in there. If I win first place, I get a ticket, like a $300 ticket. If I win first place in the league, if I win first place at the whole tournament, I get like a $3,000 ticket or something. Get to enter the huge, like the biggest fantasy tournament in the world. So that's a satellite, right? You win a small tournament, and the prize of that is not cash, it's not anything, it's not a trophy, it's a big ticket to a bigger contest. That's a qualifier or satellite. I don't really do those,
I
to
have
be
one
honest.
cool story. I don't do them either, but one of my friends does, and he ended up winning 2 tickets to Miami, and he took me with, and we ended up getting a tour of the Hard Rock Stadium where the Miami Dolphins play. It's one of my fondest memories with him. I mean, till this day, honestly, he entered a qualifier for baseball. He got first place, and that ended up becoming a ticket to I think it was like called like the Fantasy Football World Championships or something, which is just it was just
How do
insane.
you
But
do in
yeah,
the tournament?
I think not well. The way the tournament worked was that even if you got last, you still ended up with some cash prize at least. So he still ended up with something, but he didn't do too well in the final tournament. But the fact that he still got there, I mean, the hotel was paid for free and everything.
He didn't
It was like
finish
a
last,
weekend.
did he? Like
I
dead
don't think he
last.
finished last. I don't think he finished
But
dead
he
last.
did.
I can
The
ask him, but
the problem with
yeah,
that sometimes was not a problem, but something I see in common. You go there and you it gets in your head, and you don't. If you were to just stay at home in your pajamas and pick, usually you would pick a different team. I see this theme a lot. It's it's different when you
yeah,
get to
it's yep.
Miami, when you're
Mhm.
flying, when you bring your body, when you're in the hotel. Now you're thinking and you're drinking and you're in your head.
Oh
And
man, I mean
then
that's literally what happened. Yeah, I think it
I've
was
I've
Cam
seen
Newton
this.
versus Aaron Rodgers, and that was a huge decision, and you picked wrong on that one. I know that that was
Yeah,
the crushing one.
it's tough. You get in your head because the way I've won DFS is just I've just been ballsy. I just went for it, knowing like I'm probably gonna lose and just taking that risk. When you get there, you got to always remember like you're the same guy. Like just do what you've always done, right? I'd be very ritualistic, so I'd want to bring my same computer and my thing and have like I just want to have everything be like I'm at home, right?
Yeah.
So it's very different. It's very hard. We're all humans, and like that's crazy. I said that, and you said like that's what probably happened to your friend. It's tough,
No, I
man.
did. Like, I 100% did because I was there. I saw it the whole way through. I mean, we were definitely like having those conversations in our hotel room over a couple drinks, just getting in our heads. And I think at the end of the day, we picked wrong on the quarterback between Newton and Rogers. There were similar salaries, but he just picked wrong on that. That part I
Yeah.
do remember of the lineups.
People do that a lot.
Yeah.
So and then now there's Survivor and Eliminator. So this is the regular Survivor game where you pick a team to NFL team to win, and then you can never pick that NFL team again. Or there's Survivor Fantasy. So every week you have to score, let's say, a certain amount of points to advance to the next week, similar to Guillotine. So that is Guillotine, actually, something like that. Um, I don't know. And then there's high stakes. I say anything above $100 buy-in is for me is high stakes. I think that's when it gets really serious. I think $100 is okay. I think like those the arguments get like weirder and more intense once it's above $100. It's like
Yeah. And it's
my
really,
threshold.
oh, yeah, for sure.
And
It's a
that's why
lot
I
of pressure.
say anything above 100 to me is high stakes. Trust me, I've played a lot of more. So if people are thinking like, "Oh, that's not that much." Yeah, but if you're in a $300 league and let's say there's an inexperienced commish, everyone's going to kill themselves. Kill each other, I mean. Everyone's going to be in each other's throats, killing themselves, killing each
It'll be
other.
heated for sure. There's going to
Yeah,
be
it's
some
going to be
arguments, legit
it's going to be
arguments. That's for
crazy.
sure.
You
There's
shouldn't
enough.
be
There's enough meat
commish.
on the bone where people are going to care about all of these
Yeah, you
things.
need like a third party or an experienced commish or something.
Hmm. And
hundred
especially for
dollars no
Dynasty,
longer high stakes. I said over 100. Just to be technical, 100 is still okay. Right? If you're
over a
playing
hundred.
if you're playing with people with money and $100, everyone's happy, everyone's smiling. But over 100, that's just the threshold to me. 101, poop, high stakes.
High
Who
stakes,
plays? No
baby.
one's gonna
You have
play in a
entered the high
$101 league
stakes
anyway.
zone.
It's gonna be like
Yeah,
even 150 is rare. It's gonna probably be like 250, 300. Just think about it.
right.
That's why I say over 100. And that's it. Look, that's just my personal opinion. And look, if you guys are, if you guys have decent money and you guys are, good group of buddies, 300 is nothing. You guys are gonna be good. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, that's my opinion. Anything above 100 for me is high stakes. And trust me, I've handled a lot more
There's some
bigger
experience here for sure.
buy-ins before. Oh, well over 100. So don't think like, oh, this guy, he spends 101, thinks he's a big baller. No, I've won a lot and I've lost a lot. Um, PPC points per completion, so you get like 0.1 points per completion for your quarterback. IDP, this one I'm staying away from nowadays. This is where I started. The first league I've done was IDP. Individual defensive players. So you draft in a certain linebacker, you draft in a certain defensive back, certain defensive lineman, so on and so forth. A charity league or tournament. So this is cool. Scott Fish Bowl is the biggest fantasy football league. It's like his version of Toys for Tots. I think that's what it's called. And so basically they just give toys to kids. So yeah, everyone comes in, we do this. And look, I don't have a ton of money. I haven't donated a lot to charity, but I had what do you call me? A medium size channel or medium sized fantasy football analyst or whatever you want to call it. Like even with my little bit of reach, like I was able to do a lot of charity stuff. So that's cool. The pets and vets and the wigs for kids and stuff like that. So these are a lot of fun and just helps charity. This is a good look. If if you want a celebrity in your league or something, just switch it to this.
Oh yeah,
That way.
easy way to get one.
Yeah,
Definitely.
they will not join your stupid league, but you say it's for charity or something, and you seem legit, and you have a good sales pitch, they might join. I'm just saying, like it's work, like it's been in the
Worth a
play.
shot,
Like
for sure.
I've never done it for me, but I've given that advice to others when they've asked me. I was like, look, man, let's make it a charity league, and I was like, look, like if you make it a charity league, you also be like more likely to get like people with check marks and more celebrities to say yes, and it works.
Oh yeah.
And here's the last one. This is the craziest. This is the weird, probably most polarizing is NFT leagues. So I'm in a big one. Basically, like you buy an NFT and you use that as your entry. So it could be your ticket to a contest. It could be your fantasy team, right? Let's say you get it, you buy an NFT and it says Green Bay quarterback or something like that. So there's a lot of different ones, and I'm in a pretty big one. I actually pulled Sully's in this too. I pulled a rare one, a gold card, and I sold it for at the time $21,000. And yeah, I'm crazy. And I spent all of it and just bought more cards. And so
Wait,
I got
dang, that is a lot of.
And I pulled another gold card while doing it. So that was good.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Wow. This is my life though. This is how it's always been. I make money. I don't spend it a lot. The only like real thing I spend money on is food.
I did not realize NFT and card things were this profitable. That's kind of crazy.
Well, it's this. I don't think anyone. That's probably the highest sale in the whole community.
Okay.
It's my life. Come on, bro. You can't be surprised.
Sure.
Yeah, you've seen me in DFS and stuff. Like I've done crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done this. I sold it to somebody who was in the the Bored Apes, right?
Bored Apes Yacht Club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was he wants to remain anonymous, but he seemed like someone with money, and I thought he was. I didn't take it seriously at first, but once we started to get above like 10K, 15K, I was like, oh crap. Let me I was like I gotta sell. I wasn't even trying to sell it, but he bought it, and yeah, man. And then I was like, I'm just gonna go all in, and I spent every penny and went back in. So now I got like 150 of these. So each one's a ticket. Each one's a ticket into an entry into the contest. So I'm hoping to win it. First place gets a Bored Ape Yacht Club. I don't know how much those are worth now. Probably 160K.
Yeah, I mean that would be huge, man.
Dropped, but still 100. It's not even about them. I just want to win. Like I'm crazy. I'm not sitting here telling you guys I'm smart and calculated. Like I'm calculated with like trying to win, but like I'm just ballsy. Like I'm doing. Why do you think I'm doing this podcast and Fantasy Couch? You think that's not a crazy gamble? Like that's not going ball. Like just going all in, just being bald. Like this is what I'm doing. I've been doing this 13 years. This is just how I live.
Exactly.
That's all. I mean, it's just what I do. Like, is it a safe investment? No, absolutely not.
Hey, high risk, high reward. Guys, go big or go home.
We're about to find out how dumb it was. Like right now, I didn't win much the first. So it's for 2 2 tournaments are guaranteed. After that, there will be tournaments and stuff, but everything's paid for and done for the first 2 years. So I won just a little bit the first year, maybe like a few hundred or something, like nothing really big. So hopefully this year I do win. I take down one of the first place contests in this one.
Oh yeah, for
We'll
sure.
see how it goes. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, man, these are
Yeah, I'm interested for the update, definitely.
all the
NFT
leagues.
leagues.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I can bring it up here. It's really cool. I don't know. I get like if someone's like, oh, that's dumb and this and that. I mean, that's totally fine. Like, I'm not gonna argue against that. But this is what it is. This is my life. This is how I'm doing. So it looks like this, man. So
Yeah, I'm interested. Let me see what one of these look like.
you
Oh,
get an
I've seen these. Okay,
NFT.
for sure,
Yeah,
for
yeah, you
sure.
get an
Yeah, I've
NFT.
seen these.
So
Okay.
so I kept bugging Sully. I never want to tell people like, spend your hard-earned money on this, but like he's into this stuff. And I'm like, look, dude, there's a bonus if you buy it by this date. I was like, just at least buy like 2 of them. Like just buy 2. That's all I can tell you. I can't. And he like was on the go. He had to leave. He bought like 6.
Okay.
And then he comes back and sees he pulled a gold card. It's 1 out of 100 to pull a
Oh
gold card.
wow.
A
Okay.
gold
So
card
he's
gets
all the
you
way
in
in now.
a more exclusive tournament where you can win a mutant ape, and that was worth like 20 G's. I don't know. Let's say it's worth like 10 G's now, but still, it's only up to 100 people. And if you win first place in just that, you win what? Let's just say $10,000. So
I mean,
it's
that's formidable. That's legit.
oh yeah, it's pretty legit. Yeah, so you just pull this, and it gives you a random set of players essentially. So it's like whoever scores the most. So like it says Minnesota running back, but if Dalvin Cook's hurt and Alexander Madison scores 26 points, and whoever the third string scores 4 points, it only counts what Alexander Madison scores. So you get 26 points, fantasy points for Minnesota RB.
So when I buy these, like I can just there's different ones, right? So like not every single one will have Carolina quarterback,
That's
Baltimore
random.
quarterback.
It's random.
Random. Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Each one's different. You kind of just have to pick and
Yeah,
choose which
so
one I guess you like.
you
the
can
most.
buy them off the secondary market for cheaper. Obviously, if you buy a cheap one, it might not be a good one. That's the thing. Oh, that's one of the things. So this, to make it more fun for people who like don't know fantasy, last place wins a lot of money. Last place wins, shoot, I don't know. Let's just say $10,000. So if you scored
That's crazy.
dead
Yeah,
last
wow.
in the tournament, you win like 10 G's. I don't know because it's in crypto and I don't keep up with it. I don't know. Let's just say 10 G's. And if you score exactly in the middle, they find the exact middle, which is the hardest one because it peaks like a bell curve.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So that one, if you're off by like half a fart, you might not win any money. But if you do finish exactly in the middle, that you win 10,000. If you finish dead last, you win like 10,000. And finish first, you win like
crazy, dude.
150,000.
These NFT leagues, man, unbelievable.
Yeah,
I like
so
it though. I dig it.
it's
cool.
fun for
That's
people
cool.
who know fantasy like me. It's fun for people who don't really know fantasy football at all and are more into NFTs. Yeah, and it's a lot more, and there's other tournaments and stuff you can get in. But yeah, you can mint. So if you mint one, it's random. It's completely random on what you get. And then you decide who to start. So each week you start 1 quarterback out of these 2. You start 2 running backs out of these 4 running backs.
Got you. Okay. For sure.
Yeah. So you don't know if you mint it, you don't know what's gonna come. Or you can buy it off the secondary market, right? Like I can gift you one, or you can buy one off me.
Yeah, I got you.
Like,
okay.
Or you can mint it. Yeah, it's Sully got so
cool. That
lucky.
sounds kind of cool, man. I mean, I understand not every league is gonna be for everyone, but NFTs, I mean, that sounds pretty interesting.
I had to try. I mean, I kind of did what Sully did. Like somebody seen me on Discord, and I was like, "What is that?" And then they're like, "Oh, you should try it because like everyone knows me." And then I minted like 20, and I didn't look. And then I saw it was gold, and I was like, "Wait, I thought a gold one was good." And I was like, "Is this good?" And I got to learn more about NFTs too, because I knew very little, and now I know at least a little more. Like that's just how I am. I always just hop into something like, let me do this, let me try this, let me do that. So what if both of your randomized QB teams have the same buy? So they have something called a peel and a mash. And so you can combine 2 cards together. That's expensive, or you can completely re-roll the card. Or
Interesting.
You can go
Okay.
for
That's
last
cool.
place or middle place, right? You're not
Yeah.
necessarily so you can have more than one card. No, so yeah, there is, yeah. So Danny doesn't know about that. Yeah, yeah. There's peels and mashes. So mashes are expensive where you combine two cards and they're guaranteed to have the same properties, but you don't know how it's going to end up, right? And yeah, and so Danny, your cards do have peel because you got them before that bonus time. So yeah, you just if you peel it, it just re-rolls the whole card for you. Yeah, it's yeah, I would say it's crazy. Yeah, so that's I'm not standing here like that. I'm not standing here saying it's smart. I'm also not standing here saying it's dumb. It's just a different thing that I wanted to try. I got super lucky, got a gold, and I like trying this stuff. I like, I'm hopefully I can win and be like, oh, I won a big contest. Like that's what I want. I was on a mock draft marathon. That was a cool segment, huh? For
Yeah, it
for
was actually.
glossary terms.
Right.
How boring is that sound? Fantasy glossary terms. It was one of our better segments. So
I like it.
I
A
think
lot of
applause to
different
that.
leagues. Yeah, round of
That was
applause for
fun.
sure.
We
Definitely.
learned I taught you about 2 leagues. You taught me about the contract league, and I didn't
Yeah.
quite know everything about Campus to Canyon. So I taught you some leagues. You taught me some leagues. So
Vampire is new for me, definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
and a lot of people here, I'm sure, didn't know. Look at all these. How could you know every
Yeah, that's
single one?
crazy, right?
Like, are
I didn't
you?
even realize there were so many different variations all listed out like that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's a lot. And then some of these, like this one, I would never do. This is the one I would never do. But maybe some people like that. Like if you're an actual day trader, you might like trading fantasy stock.
Yeah, actually, maybe.
But anyway, I was on a mock draft marathon with my boys, the Fantasy Whisperers, cool people, and I think my segment's pretty memorable. They were talking about it for quite some time. And they asked me, like, what's the craziest league you've been in? All right. Because I
Oh, hands
started out,
down. I
I
already
was
know.
like, I was like, I was like, I was like, wait, this is a super flex league. And I was like, what's that? I was like, what's a super? They're like trying to explain it to me. I was like, I'm just messing around, dude. It's like I made a video about super flex strategy. Like I know. But they're like, what's the craziest league you've been in? And I started out talking about this league that we've doing, and this is it.
Hands down.
This
Oh yeah,
this is it. Because I was trying to think, like, this is it. It's this league that me and Sushane are in, which doesn't even describe it. Me and Sushane are high stakes dynasty best ball on a professional website, right? Playing with like serious people. Superflex, triflex, tight end premium. You think that sounds a little crazy? Well, we're doing the draft together as a team. I actually put Sushane in charge of it. He put Bob in second in command. I've actually pulled the trigger only like 3 times. Right? You guys have
yeah, a
done a
couple
lot more
times.
clicking than me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's mainly because you guys weren't there.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, it's been a
I
little
don't.
slow
I
after the
want you guys to
17th
click.
round.
Yeah. So
But
that's right. I'm letting my followers draft for me. And Danny was like really, you talk about this all the time. Danny was really extreme in the beginning. Everyone was, going crazy. And then we calmed down. We came together as a team. We're doing a great job. This is our squad so far. We have so many draft picks next year. And our team isn't that bad, at least as far as like young talent. Like,
and
I think
elite
our team's
talent. We
great.
have our round 1 through 5 picks intact, around 1 through 4, I mean,
1 through
intact.
4.
And they'll see how many 2023 picks we have, and they'll just go nuts. Once we
Now,
show them.
what this made me realize though, while I was doing that mock draft marathon and talking to the guys, was like, we really get to see a little bit. I think how NFL teams, how front offices react. There are arguments. We had a
Yeah,
lot
for
of we
sure.
all had our
Mhm.
heated moments in there where we had to pound the table for a guy or say how a certain move is stupid, don't do it, or a trade offer that I screwed up, or like we all had our moments in there where we had to do something, and it got me realize I am showing the picks. Show the trend. This is our team. Hey, what are you looking at, Jordan? This is the pick.
This is
I'm
it. This
showing
is
the
it.
pick. What is he talking about?
He doesn't
Jordan's
know.
here.
We've traded so many times. That's why.
Jordan just freaked me out because he's always a step ahead of me. He's always sharp. He's like, listen, you idiot, do this. And I'm like, you're a step behind now. Oh, there we go. Of course, he is a step ahead of me. He means the rookie picks. I'll
He is a
Also,
step
yes,
ahead.
he is a
Okay,
step
he's
ahead of
always
me.
one step
Okay. Oh,
ahead.
yes.
Still, got you.
Silly
Noted.
me.
Yeah.
Silly. All right. We'll show the rookie picks.
Let's go over the team first,
Let
real
me tell
quick,
you a
and then
little
we can go
story
over
real
the
quick, though.
rookies.
But
Yeah,
I'm
or the
saying the
story.
front offices, though, they got to be doing the same thing, right? Jalen Waddle, number one, regardless. Well, the other guy's like, man, I don't know. He can end up like Henry Ruggs, right? The vice president's like Henry Ruggs. And then the GM's like, listen, I came here for a reason. We need speed. We need horizontal speed, vertical speed. Jalen Waddle does it all. I don't want Jalen Waddle. Hey, like, this is how I bet you it's going, spilling, Diet Coke on the floor. Guy has like pizza grease going all over the place talking to you because God knows what, they're in there like 22 hours. It has that smell in that room,
Oh yeah,
like that,
definitely.
that Zoom smell, like you've been zooming,
That Zoom smell,
zooming through like 18 interviews, asking these 20-year-olds weird questions about all this crazy stuff, going crazy. Like that, it really got me to like, dang, because we don't see that much behind the scenes. We see the war room for like 4 seconds. See Jerry Jones clapping, licking like, hey, Mike McCarthy, are you an idiot? Yeah, I'm an idiot. Yeah. That's all we see, them just clapping when they get to draft a player that falls in their lap because the Raiders made a stupid pick a couple picks ago. Like, that's all we see. But what about all the heated arguments before that? And that's what's going on here, because we're not just doing it for redraft, we're doing it for dynasty. We have to talk about the strategy, we have to talk about the trades, we have to deal with these other 11 guys in the league. They don't know they're dealing with the fantasy couch team, they don't know they're dealing with the couch fam. And it's a lot, man. It really is. And you know what, I love it, don't get me wrong, I love it a lot. I'll never do this again. This is it for me. This is the last.
This is a one-time solid thing, though. Very solid.
I'm looking so forward to next year because the rookie draft will be a lot easier. There's not that many.
For sure.
We just draft the best rookies. That's it. Like, it's good. We might make a couple trades. We might have to make a cut. That's gonna be. It's gonna be fun, I think. This though, this was intense. So this is a 26 round startup dynasty draft. Again, I let my followers do the picks for me. It's really like mainly 10 of us in there. And we're doing it kind of as a team, a lot of discussing. And so this is our squad. We have a lot of picks next year. So go ahead and read off our team while I bring up the rookie picks.
Yeah, so we've got Kyle Pitts at tight end, best tight end in all of Dynasty. Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, a couple of nice young rookie quarterbacks, or not rookie, but second-year quarterbacks. Rashad Bateman, Jameson Williams, Christian Watson, trio of young receivers. Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, Calvin Ridley, Tyquan Thornton, bigger receivers as well, depth receivers. We have Gardner Minshew, the community likes him at quarterback. And then we also have Pat Freiermuth and Hassan Haskins. So it's a pretty good team. I mean, tight ends are really good with Pitts and Freiermuth. As you guys notice, Hassan Haskins is our only running back. That's kind of our strategy. We're going to show you in a second, we have a lot of 2023 picks that we're going to use to attack the running back position, the strength of the class. And not having any good running backs kind of helps our team suck, to put it simply, right? So we're going to have a higher draft pick next year. Hopefully we can get a guy named Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
And that's basically our team.
I did not want Haskins there. You guys made the smarter decision, the better decision. So that was great, because right after Haskins, there was a good running back run, and Pierre Strong went, who I really wanted. So I was glad that the vote did go with Haskins against me. And we got him, and we still got Minshew later. So that was good. And here is our picks. Oh my God. Get ready, guys. I know you guys have seen picks like this before, but I don't know if you've seen picks like this with such a good team.
That's the whole thing with all these players that we currently have. That's tough. That's tough to say. I don't have a team like this, I don't think.
We
Four
have
first round picks.
4
Come
first
on.
round rookie picks.
Ugh.
3 second round rookie
4.
picks.
3 seconds.
So
Oh
we
my
got
goodness.
7 picks in the top 20 picks. 7 of them are ours.
7. You have got to be kidding me. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. My God, I'm excited.
Did we just get this
Next
one?
year's draft is going to
Did
be
we just
so
get
good.
this one?
And
The
oh
third
yeah,
round?
oh yeah. You missed a couple things.
This morning,
We got a
early
third
morning
rounder, a
trading.
fourth rounder, a fifth rounder back.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. So we got a third round pick. We just got that today. We have 3 fourth round picks. By the way, guys, they have to know. I didn't want to say this to further complicate stuff on the podcast, but this is technically a rookie and free agent draft. So you got to cut down your roster to 16, which means, like, I did the math before, like, let's say 90 or 96 decent free agents go back in this pool. And so it's a 10 round rookie and free agent draft. That's why tanking is so important, because you're going to get the first pick in every round. And most of you guys in Dynasty do a 4 round, 5 round, or 6 round rookie draft. This is a 10 round rookie and free agency draft. So, like, often guys like Jacoby Brissett, Drew Lock, they're in this pool, right? Maybe Odell Beckham, maybe Will Fuller's in this pool. Cole Beasley's in here. He doesn't go draft. I'm just like naming, I don't know, guys that randomly get cut. Maybe Brevin Jordan, Texans tight end, gets cut. You know, that's a young tight end. Like, you might want to pick him up in this rookie draft.
Guys, for sure.
It's tight end premium. That's why we love Kyle Pitts. But we got 4 first rounders, 3 second rounders. Wow, I like that. A third rounder, 3 fourth rounders, a fifth, and then just pretty much normal after that, an extra ninth. Man. And this class is going to be great too.
It looks like it's a good team, man. That's for sure.
So,
oh yeah, strong class. 7 picks early, like you said, in the top 20, top 24. We are going to have some fun, baby. Cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Yeah, man. So that was
basically where we're at.
That's the Throne Dynasty League. It's been really intense, really fun. You're not just saying that because I am. Like, would you really not do this again?
Dude, this was tough, man. Like, it's so chaotic and so much organization required. It would be very difficult to do this twice.
I wouldn't want, because we still have to manage this team. Yeah, we still have to manage the team. That's right.
We have to manage this team too. Right?
We'll be all in on this team. This will be our baby. You know, the 10 of us raised this baby, right? It takes a village to raise a baby. We're the 10 guys. We're the village. This is the baby, and that's it. There's only one baby. Yeah, there's only one village, one baby, and that's it. We're gonna manage this thing. There's still trades within the season. There's still waiver wires in this type of best ball, and then we have the rookie draft every year. So
I mean, it's a dynasty, man. It's not a redraft. It's not a 1-year commitment. This is gonna be a 3, 4, 5, who knows how many years. You know, this is it. Take the full village. We got all the villagers ready to go.
yeah, man, you guys are. Yeah, it was tough, but I'm glad we came through as a community. Like, that's another thing. If the community's not strong, this would have fell apart. We had our doubts the first day. We're like, man, I don't think this is gonna work. How is this gonna work? Bob wants to win now, and Sushane wants to tear the team down, and it's like Bob's like, the draft hasn't even started yet. You guys want to tear the team down? It's like, man, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Wish me good luck in the IG Experts League. Wish us good luck in the Throne Dynasty League. It's almost over. 26 round draft. We're round 19 pretty much. Let's go. This is the home stretch. We're almost done.
We're up to the finish line. We're close.
We got 3 picks in round 19 because you guys made those beautiful trade downs while I was sleeping. This happened at like 8 a.m. my time. That's too early for me.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That was great. And good luck, guys. And good luck in any of these leagues you guys are in. But we're going to end the podcast there. Peace out.